Real talk. Real talk. Real talk. Tim McGee.
It's a horrifying moment, the white car plowing into protesters on a Seattle freeway.
A car ran over some people on the freeway, possibly.
Floyd, protesters took to the streets in the fight against racial injustice. The tactic, one used to draw attention, led to several images across the country of drivers plowing through crowds. In some cases, people were killed.
That you see there were struck along the route of that white nationalist march and witnessed.
Well, Republicans have done it again. Oklahoma Republicans just passed a law, get this, giving drivers immunity for hitting protesters. I'll say that again. Matter of fact, I'm gonna have to smoke on this one. Wake up to the bullshit. But Oklahoma House, which is all Republicans, mostly Republicans, have just passed a law that gives drivers who hit protesters immunity. Which means that when these racist ass motherfuckers plow into the crowd of protesters, they won't be charged. You know how many racist ass motherfuckers is gonna be taking advantage of this law? We already seen it. The fact that we already seen in the past, you seen how the opening up was multiple incidents of racist ass white people, Republicans, and that's usually who they are, because everything in America is divided down party lines, Republicans and Democrats, and not just black and white, because on the Democrat side, we're a rainbow coalition. We have multiple races, so we're all in this fight together. But for the most part, that law was made for black people and those who are, as they call it, sympathetic with us, or nigger lovers, or all that shit. If you, no matter what your color is, if you down with the Black Lives Matter movement, you could potentially lose your life from a racist ass person driving a vehicle, and there would be no charges. Not only Oklahoma, there's 25 of the Republican states, ran state, because that's the only way they can do this shit. That's why it's split. You ain't gonna get the other 25 to do that because they're ran by Democrats. But 25 Republican states have introduced the bill that gives drivers immunity for hitting us and allow them to charge protesters that does this. That protesters that get hit, basically, that you can be charged. This is bullshit. And I'm gonna just call it straight what it is. Republicans are using, and they always have, this is not a new policy, but Republicans have always used their pulpit to bully motherfuckers. The pen. They always, there's a saying that I say in my rap song, and even Jay-Z said this. He said, the pen is mightier than so the pen is mightier than the sword, my lord. He said that in one of his songs. So the pen is mightier than the sword, my lord. And basically what that means is some people use violence to wage war on another person. Republicans, they use violence, but they hide and they set up these violence acts behind laws that they make with the pen. Think about all the laws they made, from us not being human beings to us, it's legal to be slaves, to discriminate against us, and voting rights, and all type of things that racist white folks have used to basically marginalize black people, women, or people, minorities, period. This law is straight out of the KKK playbook. We already see them changing all these laws to suppress voter rights. And we know predominantly people who's going to be affected by that is minorities, particularly blacks, and especially blacks, because they lost the White House and they lost several states because of the black vote that they have taken for granted for so many years. That's why they're comfortable being racist with their policies and saying shit. And no matter what happens, if it's Black Lives Matter or Democrats, they're always going to dance around it and make it seem like that they're the problem. This is a problem. And I keep telling y'all that the racist part of Republicans have been in war with black people since they brought us here slavery. Even while one member of their party, Republicans, setting us free, the other half has been waging war against us. I mean, this is crazy. It used to be that if you pedestrians have the right of way, you see somebody walking a crosswalk, you see somebody walking the street, regardless if they ain't supposed to be, you're supposed to stop because they're a pedestrian. Now all that shit is thrown out the door. Now they got laws that allow pedestrians to become criminals. That if you're a protester, used to be all right. Now they're finding itty bitty ways to take away our right to protest. Now let them motherfuckers who stormed the Capitol had got hit with cars or anything else, the person would have been charged. And I guarantee you, you let that shit reverse and you let it be one of these Trump rallies or one of these stop the steal votes that they're going to still be talking about. Let somebody drive through that protest with Black Lives Matter flags and then maul through the people and then say they fear for their life. They're going to switch the script and say, no, you were down there antagonizing and you had the Black Lives Matter and why were you down there? But with white people, none of that doesn't matter. They have a right. There's freedom of speech. I mean, do y'all see what these motherfuckers are doing? They're basically turning the country upside down using laws to justify their hateful act towards us. And I'm telling you what's going to happen before it happens. These motherfuckers are going to go, what's going to happen is somebody white is going to egregiously kill another black person. We're going to start protesting. And all you're going to see because of this law, that people being hit by vehicle is going to increase during protests. All type of racist motherfuckers going to be coming down to the motherfucking protests just so they can drive through you and hit you. Hell, we already seen that with the George Floyd stuff. All the videos I'm playing throughout my series right now. Y'all see it. All these videos, different motherfucking cities and states, same motherfucking mentality. People driving down there to antagonize the supporters of Black Lives Matter and the protesters. And so now what they're going to do, now every motherfucking Proud Boy and racist motherfucking the Capitol Hill rioters, when they hear this shit, oh, they're going to go straight to these things. Everything's revolve. All the hateful shit that's going on right now is revolve around Black Lives Matter. When they made voting around Black Lives Matter. They're making this protest law around Black Lives Matter. They're making the Capitol storming around Black Lives Matter, Blue Lives. You know, so every Black Lives Matter, All Lives Matter. All these different things that come up is always against minorities, particularly black people. And other races are included too because, you know, they're hateful against Asians. They're hateful against Jews. They're hateful against other white people. They're hateful against Spanish. They're hateful against Africans. And don't get it twisted, Africans and African Americans are two different groups of people, but yet they treat us the same. So they treat the Arabians that way. Even if you're from India and you think they so confused, they still gonna hate on you. You might be from Japan and they tell you you got the China virus. That's just how racist this country is. And as long as the country is ran by racist people, that make racist policies, the country is gonna always be racist. Even though United States, the country, has never did anything to black people. It's racist motherfucking white people that's the problem. If we take over these Republican ass places, these racist ass places by voting, then we can eliminate that. But the problem right now is that every time we win voting, the motherfucking other side moved the goalposts. So now we whoop their ass through mail-in voting. Now they're trying to make it hard for mail-in voting, cutting off extended hours, and just all type of bullshit, basically to fight so they dying ass breed can remain on top of this white supremacist pyramid. Don't be blind, people. All these things that are happening are prerequisites to a country that is on a crash course for civil war. I say it all the time. You can see it with the Not Fucking Around coalition with all the black people with guns. You see it with the Patriots, all the white people with guns. You see the Ahmaud Arbery. You see how the policemen are shooting us. You see how the politicians are making laws against us and criminalizing us just for protesting, because our lives are just being slaughtered, systematically being slaughtered every day. And now they're trying to systematically conquer us through their pen and their laws. So I'm telling you, man, this is the next big riot. It's gonna come. A police officer is going to kill one of us. We're going to protest. And then all these racist motherfuckers is gonna rush down to these protests, and they're going to purposely drive through crowd knowing that someone's gonna be aggressive, you know, and then they're gonna use that as an excuse to hit us. I'm telling you, we're on the crash course to civil war. You know, and y'all better wake up, and y'all better be careful, because we've seen this with how they hit that girl in, I think, North or South Carolina and killed her years ago. And then we've seen all the people that got hit now, from Seattle to the man with the semi truck, to the person in the white Priya, to all these different acts that I showed you in this video and throughout this video of people hitting us with cars. And Democrats need to make a law in their 25 states outlawing this law. And we need to take over these 25 Republican states that are passing this racist ass law that's gonna send us into civil war. But y'all need to be careful when y'all out there protesting, man, because I'm telling you, it's gonna happen. If they're already still killing us, the next big protest is gonna come, and then we're gonna see some of the most horrifying images of people being killed and mauled by cars. But this one really pissed me off. But this is the country we live in. But this is Real Talk with Tim McGee. Thank you for those who have been supporting me and subscribing. I see you. I'm small now, but hopefully you guys will continue to support me and help me go viral so I can go all over the world, man, because I definitely have something to say. But like I said, like, support, subscribe, hit that notification button so you know when I post my next story, and I'm gonna keep my eyes on this story as you should. And just be careful out there and be smart, because this country make laws to allow people to kill us, and they count on you being ignorant to these laws. But this is Real Talk with Tim McGee.